They said a woman must never climb a palm tree. But the day Nneka did, the ancestors spoke. Nneka's life changed overnight. No longer was she the fatherless girl or the abomination. She became a symbol of strength. The young girls of Umoja began to walk with their backs straighter, and the jars in Nneka's house were never empty. But Emeka's heart was like a piece of charcoal, black, hard, and ready to burn. To him, Nneka hadn't just broken tradition, she had shamed every man who ever held a climbing rope. If a girl could do what he did, then what was he? One evening, as the Harmattan haze settled over the village, Nneka headed to the far grove to retrieve her evening calabashes. The forest was unusually still. The birds had stopped their chatter, and the air felt heavy, like a storm that refused to break. As she reached the base of her father's favorite tree, a cold voice emerged from the shadows. The bird that flies too high forgets that the earth is where it must eventually rest. Nneka stepped out. In his hand was a heavy machete, and his eyes were bloodshot, fueled by local gin and a week of brooding. The elders are old and soft, Nneka, he hissed. They think you are a miracle. I know you are a witch. You used a charm to climb that Oji tree, and tonight I will break that charm. Nneka didn't run. She stood her ground, holding her small tapping knife. You speak of charms because you cannot fathom courage, Emeka. My father's spirit is my only medicine. Emeka lunged. He wasn't trying to scare her. He was swinging for blood. Nneka dodged, her body agile from weeks of climbing. She moved like a leopard, using the thick trunks of the palm trees as shields. You think you are a man, Nneka shouted, her voice echoing through the grove. A man builds. You only seek to destroy what a girl built from nothing. Emeka swung again, but his foot caught on a protruding root, the very root of the tree Okori used to tap. He stumbled, falling hard. As he tried to rise, Nneka didn't strike him. Instead, she threw her father's climbing rope around his arms, looping it with the speed and precision of a master. Before he could recover, she had him lashed to the tree. He thrashed and cursed, but the Agba was strong, the same rope that had held her weight against the king of palms. I will not kill you, Nneka, Nneka said, leaning close so he could see the stubborn fire in her eyes. That would be too easy. I will leave you here for the night. Let the trees you claim to own listen to your cries. Tomorrow, the village will find you tied to the success of a woman. She turned and walked away, the sound of her footsteps steady and rhythmic. The next morning, the village found him. The disgrace was absolute. Emeka was banished from Umoja not for his jealousy, but for his cowardice. Nneka continued to climb. Years later, she became the first woman on the Council of Elders, and it was said that in the village of Umoja, the palm wine never tasted sweeter than when it was tapped by the hands of those who truly knew the price of the climb.